Fellas, if you're over 40, listen up for a second, because what I'm about to tell you is the reason so many men wake up one day wondering, what happened to me? Here's the deal. Most men don't realize it, but there's one tiny change happening inside your body every single year after 40. And if you ignore it, it will steal your erections, your confidence, your drive, and even the way you feel in your own skin. And the scariest part? It doesn't hit all at once. It creeps in quietly. First, it's weaker morning erections, then slower blood flow, then you're avoiding intimacy because you don't trust your body anymore. And that fear, that moment where you're not sure if it's going to work, that is devastating for a lot of men. But here's the good news. There is something incredibly simple you can start doing every morning, yes, even in your coffee, that can help restore firmness, blood flow, and confidence, even for men in their 50s, 60s, hell, even 80s. No drugs, no gimmicks, just real physiology and a fix that works with your body, not against it. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what it is, why it works, and how to start feeling like yourself again, often in as little as a week. All right, take a breath with me, because here's what I want every man watching to hear loud and clear. What you're dealing with is fixable. It is not permanent, and you are not too old, too far gone, or broken. Most of the changes you're noticing, slower blood flow, weaker performance, that drop in confidence, aren't because your body is giving up on you. They're because no one ever taught you how to support your biology as you get older. That's it. You're not failing. The information has. And the solution? It's way simpler than you think. When you give your body the right signals, nutrients, timing, circulation support, you can see improvement shockingly fast. I'm talking about better blood flow, stronger mornings, more responsiveness, often within 7 to 14 days. Some guys see changes even sooner. I don't care if you're 45, 55, 65, or pushing 80, you can absolutely reclaim your vitality and performance. Your body wants to work. It just needs a little help. And that's exactly what I'm going to walk you through today, step by step, starting with that one thing you can add to your coffee tomorrow morning. So if you're new here, let me introduce myself for a moment. I'm Dr. Rachel Rubin, a board-certified urologist who specializes in men's sexual health, hormones, and performance. Every single day, I work with men in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond who want exactly what you want. Better erections, better energy, stronger confidence, and the ability to show up fully in their relationships. I've spent my entire career studying how men's bodies change with age, what really causes those slowing down symptoms, and more importantly, what actually helps. Not gimmicks, not quick fixes, not internet nonsense, real science, real results. And I want you to know something. I've heard every fear, every insecurity, every "is this normal?" question you can imagine. Nothing surprises me, nothing embarrasses me, and nothing you're going through is unusual. You're human, you're aging, and you deserve straight answers without shame. My job, what I'm truly passionate about, is helping men understand their bodies so they can take back control. I want you to feel informed, confident, and empowered, because when you know what's actually happening, you can finally do something about it. All right, fellas, let's talk about the real enemy here. The thing quietly sabotaging your erections, your stamina, your blood flow, and even your confidence as you get older. Because it's not age, it's not bad genetics, and it's definitely not that you're past your prime. The real enemy is slowed circulation and rising inflammation that come with modern life and get worse every year after 40. Here's what I mean. As you age, the blood vessels that supply the penis, tiny, delicate vessels, start to stiffen just a little. Nothing dramatic at first, but think of it like a garden hose. When it's brand new, water flows through effortlessly, but as it sits out in the sun year after year, it gets a little stiffer, a little less flexible. The pressure changes, the flow weakens. That's exactly what happens to your blood vessels. And the penis is the first place you'll notice it because it requires more blood flow than almost any other part of your body. It's like the check engine light of your cardiovascular system. Now add in chronic low-grade inflammation caused by stress, poor sleep, sugar spikes, sitting too much, hormone shifts, and suddenly you've got the perfect storm. The fuel pump can't push as hard, the pipes don't expand as well, and the engine just doesn't rev like it used to. Most men don't notice it happening because it's slow. It sneaks up on you. First, it's taking a little longer to get going. Then it's not as firm. Then you need more stimulation. Then the morning erections fade. And before you know it, you're thinking, is this just my new normal? But here's what almost no one tells you. This decline isn't random. It's predictable. And because it's predictable, it's fixable. The hidden enemy is this combination of reduced nitric oxide production, stiffened blood vessels, and constant inflammation that's basically clogging the system. Not with cholesterol, but with tension and poor circulation. Think of your erection like a battery. At 20, it charges instantly. At 40, it charges slower. At 60, it needs the right kind of fuel to charge it all. And most men think the battery is broken, when really it just needs better input. That's why we're talking about what you can add to your coffee. It's one of the easiest ways to boost that inner charge, improve nitric oxide, relax the blood vessels, and get that strong, responsive blood flow back online. This hidden enemy has been working quietly against you. But once you understand it, you can beat it. And that's exactly where we're heading next. Okay, now that we've called out the hidden enemy, let's break down exactly what's going on inside your body. Because once you get this, the solution is going to make perfect sense. Let's start with your blood vessels, because erections are fundamentally a blood flow event, not a testosterone event, not a mood event. Blood flow. When you're younger, your blood vessels act like fresh rubber bands. They stretch, expand, and snap right back. That expansion is what allows blood to rush into the penis and stay there. But after 40, your nitric oxide levels start dropping. Nitric oxide is the molecule that tells your blood vessels, hey, relax and open up. We need more flow down here. It's like your body's internal open sesame. Here's the problem. Your nitric oxide drops by about 10% every decade after age 30. So by your 50s, you might be running at half capacity without even knowing it. Less nitric oxide, stiffer vessels, weaker flow, weaker erections. Now add inflammation, not the sprained ankle kind. I'm talking about slow, quiet, daily inflammation caused by stress, sugar spikes, poor sleep, processed foods, and the modern lifestyle most men fall into without realizing it. Inflammation makes your blood vessels tighten up and behave like they're under constant pressure. I'm trying to inflate a balloon someone is squeezing. No matter how hard you blow, it doesn't fill the same way. That's what inflammation does to your performance. Then there's oxidative stress, basically rusting from the inside out. Your cells are constantly dealing with tiny bits of damage from aging, toxins, and stress. When that damage builds up, the lining of your blood vessels, called the endothelium, doesn't work as smoothly. And when the endothelium doesn't work smoothly, erections don't work smoothly. I tell my patients all the time, your penis is like a luxury sports car. It needs clean fuel and good engine function. When the fuel burns dirty or the engine's clogged, the car doesn't perform. Now, here's where the coffee solution comes into play. Caffeine on its own doesn't fix erections, but coffee is one of the richest sources of polyphenols, natural plant compounds that protect your blood vessels and boost nitric oxide. But when you pair your morning coffee with the specific ingredient I'm going to reveal in the next section, something incredible happens. You create a perfect biological environment for stronger blood flow, vessel relaxation, nitric oxide activation, and better performance throughout the day. After 40, your body isn't broken. It's just not getting the signals it needs. When you combine the right nutrients with the right timing, like morning coffee when cortisol and circulation are naturally waking up, you essentially flip a switch that tells your vessels, open up, relax, and let the blood move. And that's why so many men feel improvements quickly, sometimes within days. You're not forcing the body, you're supporting the machinery it already has. So now that you understand the biology, let's talk about the actual fix. The thing you can put in your coffee starting tomorrow that ramps up nitric oxide, reduces inflammation, improves circulation, and gets the engine firing again. All right, fellas, let's get into the part you've been waiting for. The thing you can put in your coffee tomorrow morning that can actually help restore blood flow, improve nitric oxide, and support firmer, more reliable erections. No matter your age, The fix is L-citrulline. Not exotic, not mysterious, not some gimmick. Just a simple amino acid your body already uses to make nitric oxide, the very molecule that opens your blood vessels and allows the penis to fill and stay firm. Now here's why this matters for you. Most men over 40 are running low on nitric oxide production. Your body tries to make it, but stress, poor sleep, inflammation, and aging slow the whole process down. L-citrulline essentially gives your body the raw material it needs to pump out nitric oxide again. It's like giving your blood flow factory the supplies it's been missing for years. And putting it in your morning coffee does two things. The caffeine improves circulation and increases absorption. Caffeine opens vessels slightly and gets blood moving. Your cortisol is naturally highest in the morning. This is when your body is most responsive to amino acids and circulation signals. So the timing plus the ingredient equals a powerful combination. Let me break down how to do it correctly. What it is. L-citrulline, in powder form, is easiest to mix, but capsules work too. Why it works. It boosts nitric oxide, relaxes blood vessels, supports smoother blood flow, and improves how responsive erections feel, especially for men in midlife and beyond. How to do it. Take 1,500 to 3,000 milligrams of L-citrulline in the morning. If you're using powder, mix it right into your coffee. It dissolves easily, it's virtually tasteless, and it pairs beautifully with caffeine for circulation. When to do it? Once daily, ideally in the morning. Some men add a second smaller dose in the afternoon if they're looking for performance support later in the day. What to avoid? Don't combine it with heavy sugary creamers or big carb-heavy breakfasts. Sugar spikes kill nitric oxide production. Keep your morning clean, simple, and circulation-friendly. What to expect? Many men start feeling better morning erections, improved firmness, quicker response time, more fullness, better stamina within 7 to 14 days, sometimes even faster. Older men, 60s, 70s, even 80s, often see remarkable benefits because their nitric oxide baseline is lower to begin with, so the improvement feels dramatic. And remember, this isn't a drug. You're not forcing an erection. You're supporting the natural pathway your body wants to use. This is why I love L-citrulline as a first-line, simple daily habit. It's safe, it's effective, it's backed by real physiology, and for so many guys, it's the first time in years they feel that spark of confidence coming back. Now, if you're the kind of guy who hears all this and thinks, okay, Rachel, I want even better results, and I want them faster, then this next part is for you. L-citrulline in your morning coffee is the foundation, but if you stack it with just a few additional habits, you can dramatically improve your blood flow, your energy, your mood, and of course, your performance. Let's talk about the big ones. Stack tip number 1. Add a magnesium glycinate ritual at night. If L-citrulline opens the blood vessels, magnesium helps relax them. Most men are magnesium deficient, and low magnesium makes your vessels tighter, your stress higher, and your sleep worse. That combination wrecks performance. Take 200 to 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate about an hour before bed. Why it work? Supports healthy nitric oxide levels, improves deep sleep, which rebuilds testosterone and nerves, reduces nighttime stress hormones that interfere with morning erections. Magnesium at night plus L-citrulline in the morning equals the perfect relax and open cycle for healthy erections. Stack tip number 2. The 5-minute circulation wake-up. Before you sit down, scroll, check email, or jump into work, do a quick circulation routine. And don't worry, I'm not turning you into a gym bro here. Just 5 minutes of brisk walking air squats, marching in place, or even a few rounds of deep belly breathing. This sends a huge wave of oxygen and blood down to the pelvis. Think of it as priming the pump. Men who do this notice stronger morning erections, more warmth and fullness, less stiffness in the hips and lower back, better overall energy. 5 minutes. That's it. Every guy can do this. Stack tip number 3. Dark greens before noon. Look, I know this one sounds boring, but dark leafy greens, spinach, arugula, beet greens, are absolute nitric oxide powerhouses. They contain natural nitrates that turn into nitric oxide in the body. This is literally the fuel for blood flow. Aim for one small serving before noon, a handful of spinach in scrambled eggs, arugula in an omelet, a quick green smoothie, or even a small side salad with your lunch. This amplifies the L-citrulline effect and keeps your blood vessels responsive all day long. Stack tip number 4, the anti-inflammation window. If you want erections that actually work when you need them, you have to lower inflammation, because inflammation is like a tight fist around your blood vessels. Here's the hack. Every day, choose one 4-hour window where you avoid sugar-processed snacks, alcohol, heavy oils. During that window, stick to clean proteins, veggies, fruit, nuts, or simple whole foods. Even one clean window per day gives your body a break from inflammatory overload and helps the blood flow system reset. Men who do this consistently tell me they feel lighter, clearer, more energized, and more connected downstairs. You're not dieting, you're just giving your body breathing room. Let's circle back to something important, because I want this to really land for you. If you've been noticing weaker erections, slow warm-ups, fading morning wood, or feeling less confident in the bedroom, that is not something to brush off. It's not just aging. It's not something you should quietly tolerate. And it's definitely not something to be ashamed of. These changes are your body whispering, hey, something's off, pay attention. And if you ignore those whispers long enough, they turn into shouts. Slower blood flow becomes unreliable performance. Unreliable performance becomes anxiety. Anxiety becomes avoidance, and avoidance slowly chips away at your relationships, your confidence, and the way you see yourself as a man. This is why I'm so passionate about teaching you this stuff. Not to scare you, never that. But because I see the consequences every day when men wait too long. They tell themselves, it'll fix itself, or I'm too old for this to matter, or this is just my new normal. And I promise you, fellas, it doesn't have to be. Small changes, like what we've talked about today, have an enormous impact. You don't need to overhaul your entire life. You don't need a stack of prescriptions. You just need to support the biology that's been quietly running low on fuel for years. When you address blood flow, nitric oxide, inflammation, and circulation timing, you're not just helping erections. You're supporting your heart, your brain, your energy, your mood, your testosterone, your confidence. This is bigger than sex. This is about feeling alive in your own body again. I want you to remember the hook I opened with. The idea that something small and simple could help bring your erections back, even at 80. That wasn't hype. That was physiology. Because when you remove the hidden enemy and support your system, your body responds. It wants to work. It just needs the right signals. So don't ignore this. Don't wait for rock bottom. Start now, start small, and give your body a chance to show you what it can still do. Now I want you to imagine something with me for a moment. Not fantasy, not wishful thinking, but the real outcome I see in my patients all the time when they start supporting their circulation, nitric oxide, and daily habits the way we've been talking about. Picture waking up in the morning and actually feeling good. You roll out of bed with more energy, more clarity, and yes, those strong morning erections start showing up again. Not every once in a while, not by surprise, but consistently. Like your body is finally saying, hey, I'm still here. I can still do this. Imagine going into your day with that quiet confidence that men love, that grounded, relaxed feeling of being in control of your body instead of wondering if it's going to betray you. Imagine intimacy not being stressful, not filled with, I hope this works, not timed or pressured or mechanical, but natural, easy, fun again. You respond faster, you feel fuller, you stay firm longer, and you can actually be present with your partner instead of being stuck in your head. That shift alone can change a relationship, but it doesn't end there. When your blood flow improves, your energy improves, your brain sharpens, your mood lifts, your workouts feel better, your testosterone responds more effectively, you feel stronger, lighter, more motivate. You start saying yes to things again. Projects, dates, gym sessions, travel, connection. You stop shrinking yourself and start expanding into your life again. And the crazy thing, these aren't dramatic lifestyle overhauls. These are tiny dial turns, supporting nitric oxide, giving your vessels what they need, improving your circulation, stacking simple habits. When men stick with these, I see transformations that look like aging backwards. You feel more like the guy you used to be, the guy who had drive, spark, enthusiasm, the guy who wasn't afraid of his own body, the guy who felt alive in every sense of the word. This is what I want for you, not perfection. Not six-pack fitness model nonsense. Just a strong, confident, energized version of you, no matter your age, and if you've been feeling disconnected from that version of yourself, I promise, he's not gone. He's right under the surface, waiting for the chance to come back online. And that's exactly what these habits help you do. Bring him back, for real, and keep him. All right, fellas, if you're still with me, I hope you're leaving this video feeling clearer, calmer, and a whole lot more hopeful than when you clicked on it. And I'd love to hear from you. If something I said today hit home, maybe the nitric oxide piece, maybe the inflammation part, maybe that simple L-citrulline habit, drop a comment and tell me what you're going to try first. Your stories help other men realize they're not alone, and honestly, they help me know what you want more of. If you've already experimented with L-citrulline or magnesium or any of the circulation tips, share your experience. You never know who you'll encourage. And if you want to keep learning about men's health, performance, hormones, and everything that helps you feel strong and confident in your body, stick around. I've got plenty more coming your way. You can check out the other videos on this channel where I break down things like testosterone myths, morning wood science, pelvic floor mistakes men make, and simple fixes you can start today. Most importantly, take care of yourself. Do the small things. Stay curious about your body. And remember, you're not past your prime. You're a man with a ton of potential, and your body can still surprise you in the best ways.